Welcome back to Midday on this Friday afternoon. Our first guest joining us, Kamloops South Thompson MLA Todd Stone. Thanks for being here, Todd.
It's great to be here, and congratulations on your new role.
Thank you. Yes, it's fun. I just actually saw Susan walk by though, so she's still here. Everyone, don't worry, she's still part of the show.
Not going anywhere.
We haven't seen you in a while. At least I haven't seen you in a while on the show. So yeah, thanks for being here. It's back to work almost for you.
Almost, yeah,
yes.
yeah. Well, you know, so big news flash. We're working all the time, but the legislative session starts in October 1st, so week after next.
So what does that mean exactly, Todd? I know there's always different priorities that everyone wants to sort of throw out there, but what are yours? What are your priorities? What are you going back to the legislature hoping to
Well,
achieve?
it's very different, obviously, being in opposition. When we were in government, I would be able to sit here and tell you, okay, here's exactly what our legislative agenda is going to look like. Right. Here are the bills that we're likely going to introduce, the topics we're going to address. When you're in opposition, obviously from a legislature and a session perspective, you're much more in reactive mode, right? We don't really know what the NDP are going to bring forward definitively in this session, but I can tell you what I'm going to make sure we talk about. Number one, the economy. I'm very worried about where British Columbia's economy is going. 43,500 private sector jobs have been lost in the last year. 20,000 public sector jobs have been created, but the private sector is bleeding a lot of jobs right now. There's been $8 billion worth of tax increases on the shoulders of British Columbians since this government has been in power. There is a breaking point for the taxpayer. I think we're pretty much there. And you know, affordability is was a hallmark issue for the government in the last election campaign. Life is not any more affordable today, 15 months later, than it was when they first took power. Whether you're talking hydro bills, this crisis fund that's been added to everybody's hydro bill that nobody knew about, ICBC rates, and all these taxes that have been hoisted. Gas costs more.
The cost to live.
The cost of living, and this government was made a very clear commitment to people that if only they were in power, life would become more affordable. And in fact, it's gone the opposite direction.
So I know that, so just touching a little bit on affordability rather, you mentioned a few things, but affordable housing, that's huge. That's a huge one. We know there was a forum in Kamloops yesterday talking about that even. I mean, is that something that you want to see addressed?
Well, and
I mean, it's a problem everywhere, right?
It is. And it's important to first remember that there's two very different aspects of affordable housing. There's supportive housing, which, there's folks with, that have lower income or seniors on fixed incomes, folks that might have medical conditions or mental health conditions. There's people that that are fleeing terrible domestic situations. There's a lot of need for supportive housing. There were a lot of initiatives underway from our former government that the current government is building upon. That's good, and I acknowledge and acknowledge that good work of the existing government, because it really builds on a lot of the good work that was happening. We need a lot more on that side. The other part of the equation is housing affordability. That's when we talk about people like all the millennials trying to get into the housing market, or people that want to move up in the housing market. Again, this government said they were going to make the housing affordability their #1 priority. Housing prices have continued to go up. All of the actions that they've taken, which have largely been on the demand side and have largely been reflected through new taxes, have only served to make housing even less affordable. I don't know how bringing down the price of a $3 million home in Vancouver is helping out a millennial or a 35-something, a husband and wife that are trying to make ends meet and look after their kids. I don't know how life is getting any more affordable for them. It's not. It's
very hard to get in there. I don't know how you would afford a house in Vancouver, especially. Todd, we only have a minute left, so I just want to throw to this poster that we have here. Tell us a little bit about this, Todd. This is a town hall meeting hosted by you and Peter Millibar.
Yeah, well, so Peter and I thought it would be a good thing to try in the city of Kamloops. We are out meeting with constituents all the time.
Right, of course.
We meet with all kinds of organizations. If anyone ever wants to meet me face to face, or Peter for that matter, we accept every meeting request that comes into our office. But we thought, let's try this concept of actually having a joint MLA town hall meeting where everybody is welcome to come and share with us what their concerns are about whatever's voters on their mind. So it's at the Hotel 540,
Yeah.
October the 12th, 6:30. And I hope we have a full house.
I think you will.
I suspect we probably will.
Yeah.
There's some burning issues out there, the economy, proportional representation
Yes.
referendum.
Oh,
There's
yes. I wish we
lots
could
to
get
talk
to
about.
more topics, but we're out of time.
I totally understand. But hopefully folks will come out and participate in that opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, Todd, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So Friday, October 12th is when that town hall meeting will be held. And more information, there's Todd Stone, MLA.ca, the website, and of course, phone number that you can reach his office at. That's our time with Todd. We'll be right back after a break, though, so stay with us.